You might think great teams just happen, or that comebacks like 2004 are 1 in a million flukes.
Ortiz lifts it in the air to deep left field. Looking up, it is gone! Red Sox win 6-5!
But here's the truth. There's a formula. The Red Sox's victory wasn't random. It was built on specific leadership strategies. Strategies that anyone can use to lead and win. At Brand's Origin, we uncover the stories behind iconic brands. We've studied the Red Sox's 2004 triumph, pored over every play, every decision, and found the leadership lessons that made history. In this video, we're sharing 3 proven leadership lessons from 2004 to help you inspire your team and beat the odds. Let's get started. First, some context. The Boston Red Sox weren't just a baseball team, they were a brand cursed for decades. Back in 1901, they started as the Boston Americans. By 1918, they'd won 5 World Series with stars like Babe Ruth dominating the diamond. But in 1919, the Red Sox's fate took a turn. Owner Harry Frazee sold Ruth to the New York Yankees for $100,000 and a loan to fund his Broadway shows. The Red Sox didn't win another title for 86 years. Fans called it the curse of the Bambino. We dove into the Yankees side of this saga in our previous video. Check it out for the full Ruth legacy. In 1986, heartbreak piled up. Bill Buckner's error cost them a championship. In 2003, Aaron Boone's homer for the Yankees crushed their hopes. By 2004, the Red Sox faced their darkest moment, down 3-0 in the American League Championship Series against their bitter rivals, the Yankees. No team had ever come back from that deficit. The curse felt unbreakable, yet somehow they did it. They won 4 straight games against the Yankees, swept the Cardinals in the World Series, and broke the curse on October 27, 2004. How? Through leadership that outsmarted the odds. Let's unpack the first lesson. The first lesson is, empower your team. Great leaders don't control every move. They trust their people to shine when it counts. In 2004, manager Terry Francona showed us how. Francona was new to the Red Sox, leading a roster nicknamed the Idiots. Players like Johnny Damon with his wild hair, or Manny Ramirez with his quirky antics. Most managers would have tried to tame them, but Francona did the opposite. He let them be themselves. He trusted their instincts. Take ALCS Game 4. The Red Sox were 1 loss away from elimination. Francona made a bold call. He sent Dave Roberts to pinch run at first base with the game tied in the 9th. Roberts wasn't a star, but Francona believed in him. What happened next changed history. Roberts stole second base on a gut call. No script, no plan, just trust. That steal set up Bill Muller's hit, tying the game and sparking the greatest comeback in sports. Francona later admitted it was a last-second decision, a risk that could have failed. But by empowering Roberts, he unlocked the team's potential. The takeaway? Trust your team's instincts even under pressure. Whether you're leading a startup or a study group, give people the freedom to make big plays. That's lesson 1. But the Red Sox needed more than trust. They needed innovation. Which brings us to the second lesson. The second lesson is, innovate under pressure. Great leaders rethink the game when the stakes are high. In 2004, general manager Theo Epstein did just that. Epstein was a trailblazer. At 28, he became the youngest GM in MLB history. When he joined the Red Sox in 2002, the team was stuck. Old strategies weren't working, and the curse loomed large. But Epstein had a vision. He embraced analytics, a very new data-driven approach to building a winning team that time. Back then, most teams relied on gut and tradition. Scouts laughed at his number crunching, called him a nerd in a baseball cap. Epstein didn't care. He used data to build the 2004 roster, signed undervalued players like David Ortiz, who'd been cut by Minnesota, and Bill Mueller, a quiet hitter with clutch stats. In the ALCS, his strategy paid off. Ortiz hit .545 against the Yankees, earning MVP honors. Mueller's hits set up key runs. Epstein's data even targeted Yankee pitcher Kevin Brown, spotting his fatigue in Game 7, leading to a 10-3 rout. The result? A roster that won 98 games and broke an 86-year curse. The takeaway? Challenge old ways with bold ideas. Whether you're in business or sports, innovation can turn underdogs into champs. That's lesson 2. But even trust and innovation weren't enough. The Red Sox needed one final spark, which leads to the third lesson. The third lesson is, lead with courage. Great leaders act despite fear or pain and inspire others to follow. In 2004, Curt Schilling and David Ortiz showed us how. Let's start with Schilling. In ALCS Game 6, the Red Sox were still trailing. Schilling took the mound with a torn ankle tendon. Days earlier, he'd had an experimental surgery, a risky procedure to keep him pitching. Blood seeped through his sock as he threw. Most would have quit, but Schilling pitched 7 strong innings, giving up just 1 run, keeping the Red Sox alive. His grit became legend, the bloody sock a symbol of courage. Then there's David Ortiz, the team's heart and soul. In Game 4, he hit a walk-off homer to keep hope alive. In Game 5, another clutch hit tied the series. Before each game, Ortiz rallied the team with speeches shouting, "Why not us?" His fearlessness lifted the idiots. Their courage fueled the comeback. Game 7 crushed the Yankees 10-3. The World Series swept the Cardinals 4-0. The final out was poetic. Cardinals' Edgar Renteria, wearing Ruth's number 3, grounded out, ending the curse for good. The takeaway? Lead by example, even when it hurts. Your courage can inspire a team to greatness. Whether you're facing a deadline or a rival, be the one who steps up. That's lesson 3. Now, let's tie this to the Red Sox brand and look at where they stand today. The Red Sox brand began in 1901, a symbol of Boston pride. But by 2004, it was defined by loss. The curse of the Bambino haunted them. Yet, leadership changed their story. Francona's trust empowered the idiots. Epstein's innovation built a winning roster. Schilling and Ortiz's courage broke the curse. That year redefined the Red Sox, from cursed to champions. Since 2004, they've won 4 World Series, in 2007, 2013, and 2018. Fenway Park, with its green monster, remains iconic. Fans still sing Sweet Caroline every 8th inning. The red B logo flies high. In 2025, the Red Sox face new challenges. They're hovering at a .500 record, missing playoffs for 4 years. Fans grumble about ownership's moves, like trading star Mookie Betts. But hope is alive. Young prospect Roman Anthony is turning heads. And last year, a duckboat sign read, "Reversed Curse," celebrating 2004's 20th anniversary. The Red Sox brand is still about outsmarting odds. These leadership lessons aren't just for baseball. They're for anyone chasing a goal. Empower your team like Francona. Innovate like Epstein. Lead with courage like Schilling and Ortiz. That's how brands and people make history. Red Sox Nation, what's your favorite 2004 moment? Or what leadership lesson fires you up? Drop it in the comments below. I read every one, and I'd love to hear your take. If you love this brand story, subscribe to Brand's Origin. Hit that bell so you never miss a video. Next, we're diving into another brand that leads against the odds. You won't want to miss it. And if you're a baseball fan, check out our Yankees brand story. It's packed with legacy and drama. Links in the description. Thanks for watching. Let's keep outsmarting the odds together. See you in the next one.